Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make sure everybody is aware that it's been 4 months and 7 days since the last ban list took place. Konami decided that this Tier 0 format should be the best format to extend the ban list. I'm really glad that this format was so long when it's a repeat of last format, but somewhat worse. Until people got tired of bringing Snake Eyes to locals. Like, woohoo, I guess. With that being said, we have a lot of buyouts to go over, as you see on the screen. I mean, yo, Colossal Fighter going nasty here at $300. I don't even know what to say. So, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here. Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch here today. We have a lot of buyouts people aren't going over. I know I say that like a broken record, but you know what? Sometimes you just wake up and you can't wait to see the crackhead buyout of the day, right? And that's probably a segment I would love to do called Crackhead Buyout of the Day. And it probably won't be monetized, but like I really don't want to change that title. So leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, please, if you're not subscribed already. Buy anything on TG Players, my link down in the description below helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Check out Tapio Cards, use code Saki for 5% off. They have mats, binders, deck boxes, and really cool deck boxes, especially for us, and you're gonna want to check it out. Tokens, hats, keychains, sleeves, and more. 5% off. Use code Saki. It's great. And check out Whatnot. You register using my link in the description below. You get $15 on your next purchase. You can get Yu-Gi-Oh cards for cheaper, like Colossal Fighter. Hope you will not be spending $300 on Colossal Fighter over at Whatnot. So you're gonna want to go over there and register. They have other card games as well. So yeah. With that being said, we're gonna get into this. Just thank you to my YouTube channel members. And yeah, Colossal Fighter Ulti, 333. Now, nobody's buying this for 333. Oh, yeah, 150. Okay, that's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shoot your shot if someone sells at 300. Edison and these older cards are just going to get more and more expensive. And I'm going to say this with brutal honesty. As much as I love my high rarity Edison, if I ever look at this deck and I spent like, say, couple hundred and it goes up to like 5,000 to 6,000, I'm taking that money and I'm moving my deck and moving it into stocks, and I'll play like budget Edison. I am 100% okay with that. If it's going to go up to something ridiculous. Now, Dark Arm Dragon is it's probably one of the most iconic cards in the game when it comes to people who actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! When I say actually play Yu-Gi-Oh!, I mean people who have played outside of the kid, oh, I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was a kid. Oh, Blue Eyes White Dragon's awesome. When you actually play the game and you look at, okay, what's some of the most iconic cards monster cards that are not really anime related, growing up? Dark Arm Dragon's your best bet. We had a whole format called Teledad, Reign Supreme and Edison. You guys know the deal. $320, about going up to $427. But what I really want to point out here is that these go up very quickly to this $700 mark. I remember the day I could have got this for $150, and I was like, nope, I gotta save money. I should have just starved. Why did I eat? Why did I eat? And if you've been a fan of the channel, oh, there were bills too, to be honest. It was probably a combination of bills and food. But if you're a fan of the channel, you'll know every time I look at this card, I bring up that I could have got for $150 because I like to remind myself to punish myself. And you guys should take this as a lesson. There's always going to be cards out there as you play any card game, but especially Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you will look at them and be like, wow, I could have got this when it was cheap, and I didn't. And you're going to beat yourself over it. It's going to happen to all of us. Alley of Justice Catastor Ulti. Now, this is one I don't kick myself over. I paid 80% for this card back in the day because someone helped me out. And it was $15 full retail. Yep, well, 140 here. So Ulti Catastor go on up and up here. Not shocked at all. But 13 listings, I don't like that. What's the next page looking like? Oh, I thought that was for a 7. I'm like, no way. At least that's a PSA 10. Magician of Bonds and Unity. So I got a very interesting question. Someone asked me, hey, Saki, do you think these can go up? Do you think we should pick them up? Do you think that... Of course, I can't do that. Do you think we can, make some money off these? Now, you have the Duelist Nexus ones at 80. I think this is because people just don't want to, pick this up. To open up the set, because Duelist Nexus is getting reprinted soon. It was a set that had good cards and people will call it underrated in the future, Duelist Nexus. I understand that, but the prices / what things were meta and not were just so off and very, I think the best way to say is like when Chimera was good, it was only Chimera. Then Yamo was good. Yamo was one of the only like good cards in the set. Oh, then Sleipnir was good. Dual Snacks is very weird, but Phantom Nightmares is 60. You've got, by the way, Dragon Pride of Soul Seal at 68. I think people would rather get this at 60, and I fully agree. You should get this instead of any Unity card. The Unity cards just in general are kind of, I don't know. I feel like if you're putting this much money into it, you should be getting other cards. I wouldn't call the Unity cards that worth it. Now, could I be wrong in the future? Sure, but they're not going to be the easiest cards to move either. Dragon Master Magia here is going Terminal. Get it? Because it's bought out and it's from Terminal Revenge. I really hope that when we get the structure deck, we get a comment of this or something. $800 today, up to 1,000. There's a lot of like non-English versions. Usually I always have without photos. But if you want Koreans, which I never actually tell people, and if you actually watch this channel for a long time, you'll know. Hey, Saki, you always say you're annoyed at these Korean listings because you can't get to the real card. Look, don't get the real card. I'd actually rather you play this and see if someone calls you out at locals than spending $800 for this. I'm really angry about it. I think a lot of people are. Had a whole video dedicated to it. Sky Striker Ace Ray here. This card is also getting more bought out. 190 here, 200. I mean, that Sky Striker love is strong. Ray, which I've said, hey, if what's called Ray goes up, Rose will as well eventually. I said eventually. Well, we're at eventually. 62, 70, 100, 150. If you are late on, I should want to check these out. I'm just curious on how the ultis are. Should this card be worth a lot of money? Now, it's you literally just a one of because of linkage, especially. But this card is actually quite good. It's just you don't want to have another copy. But the problem is you kind of, in a way, playing two copies isn't awful because ever since Bystials entered the game, Eldritch and Sky Striker can't come back because they literally got the counter, and it's very annoying. So, quick effect counter, may I ask. At least if you flip up Macrocosmos, you know what you're dealing with. You just have to hope no Bystial. Let's see what ultis are. $10. I'm pretty sure I said this is Deja Vu, but just get the ulti for $10. Gigantic Spright is also getting bought out. 62, 65, going up to 73. I talked about this card when they were closer to 40 because this card is just such a great rank 2 to have in end decks that have access to it because it can help a lot of certain decks extend. Grant and neither play special monsters for the rest of the turn, so it kind of helps. It says neither player, which is nice, so your opponent can't, I don't know, summon a Bystial. You get the point. Spright Sprint, I talked about this card. I think, I don't know if this was ever lower than 40, but I always said this was a good card to grab if it goes below 40. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Well, it's not going below 40 here, and my filters right now are just nothing, not even like unverified, but yeah. Spright Sprint getting bought out. Kuriboh level 6 getting bought out. Look, I don't know why it's getting bought out. I think it's maybe, and there's me right there. Because I said, you know what, this card will probably go up slowly but surely. But there's no real reason to buy this card out right now unless I'm missing something. I'm assuming I'm missing something. The sales history here is kind of hit or miss. I mean, people are willing to spend 40, 45 for the card. I always knew that. But I don't know where you would play this card or if we're getting Kuriboh support, which we probably will eventually. Orcust Harpour here, QC, 31, going up to 45 here. These are also getting bought out. I guess it's for toss format / a better format. I do love and miss Orcust, though. It was definitely a fun deck to play. I think toss format was very underrated. A lot of the current Yu-Gi tubers are going to tell you that toss format was bad because it's just that people were relieved because we finally got bad formats. That could be so further from the truth. These are the same players who probably doubted Edison and then hopped on the bandwagon once they realized they can make videos and views for it. That might sound kind of harsh here, but I really love how people who are bigger Yu-Gi tubers, right? I'm not naming names here. That now, if you don't like this format, you don't like the format. That's fine. That's not actual. I don't have a problem. If you just didn't like playing against Sky Striker or Orcust, I'm cool with that, and I actually understand why, right? They could both be quite annoying decks, especially Sky Strikers. Take it from a Striker player myself. But I really don't understand how people don't love how diverse that format was. I mean, yeah, we had like the top 5, well, top 4, Salad, Orcust, Sky Striker, Thunder Dragon, but you could have played so much other shit. Ib, the Wit Oral Chalice, just here, QC is like 37 here, going up to 40. I mean, this card, You have a light play here for 20. I'll be honest, if you actually do like this card, have interest or slash want it, $22, very good. Molt Chummy here, 165, 200. Honestly, I knew this card was going to go up. I thought 130 for this was quite cheap, but I think a lot of people got burnt with the next amazing hand trap, but people are actually playing this card, so it's good. The secrets are $51. That's not too bad today. Fiendsmith Requiem, people are realizing, hey, this is good to get. $40 going up to 50 with Fiendsmith tracked here, also kind of going up. 45 going up to 58 here. Again, really good card to get. Please get your QC tracks. Tales of the White Forest is also getting about out. 44 here, 45 going up to 50, 70. I mean, this card's really good. What can I tell you? Black Goat Laughs here is $87, $90, $108 today. This card is great. I also do love the artwork, even though if you try to ask me what you think the theme or what's going on here, I can't answer you at all. But it's pretty to look at. I will say that. And if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you know I've been staying this card for a long time. I mean, it's been bought out for a while. Pros are finally using it. This card's here to stay. Definitely going to be really cool to see it as a prismatic secret rare eventually if it ever gets reprinted, when it gets reprinted in some sort of tins. Meow Mind, I've talked about this card as well. I think this card is fantastic. And it's probably one of the most underrated cards from Phantom Nightmare because while there was hype of it originally, it didn't really stick. But if this card is ever good in decks, it definitely should be played. The fact that this card can literally be an extender and an interrupt, fantastic. $40 here, very cheap for it. Rise of Rebellion Falcons also getting about, these are like 30 going up to like 40-ish dollars here now. I will say this, Raid Raptor is probably one of the fan favorite decks of casuals. Like there's so many players who love playing this deck, but you never really see it ever anywhere besides maybe locals. You'll have like one player, but like the amount of casuals who love this deck is something that people don't really understand. And the best way to show you that, because yeah, anyone could buy out a QC, right? That's, doesn't take, it happens in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Hold on, what did I just see? We're going to go over that. That did not escape me. We're going to go over that. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, so Raid Raptor Bloom Vulture here has 35 listings. As someone who gets a lot of hollow bulk, these always sell for $1. 35 listings, yeah. For a super, that I don't think anyone is going to play this at an event. Psychic Processor, I guess this is maybe finally getting about. Bombs at 38, but you have them here for 16. I don't know what they're cooking with this, but the sales history is kind of crazy. And then OTS 25, I want to just say, you guys are going to see on the end screen right over here a video of me talking about the worst OTS ever. I want you guys to click that to get my real thoughts on this pack, because a lot of you also watched it yesterday. I'm not going to waste your time. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Leave a like and all that, and let me know what cards we'll go over the next Mark Watch. But if you haven't watched my yesterday's video, click somewhere over here, wherever it's going to pop up, and watch that video, because it really is worth it how I talk about this horrible pack in great detail. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it's a ban list. Peace.